Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. This isn't fishing or hunting, it's a little bit of do-it-yourself. We are going to make this wall here behind me, it's a blank white wall right now, into a wall covered in pallets for a little standout wall. What do they call that? An accent wall, that's it, accent wall. So first things first, we're going to tape around and paint this wall a darker color than it is now, so that pallets, when they have cracks between them, no matter how perfect you try to get them, a little will show through. So went ahead and picked up some paint from Lowe's. It was mist tinted for $4, and it's just a dark brown just to cover up. So now you will see a time lapse of that. Let's go. Alrighty, just like that, the wall that was white is now brown. We're going to wait for it to dry. As you can tell, it was just a quick job. It's a sloppy job, but it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered with pallets. Just so that when the pallets meet, the white in between the cracks, if they're visible, this will kind of drown them out a little bit. So that's done. We're going to let this dry. I have a little bit of extra paint left over. We might go over it one more time. Not necessary, but we might do it anyway. And then we cut the pallets, put them on the wall. Cutting the pallets takes the longest, and that's the part we're in process, so stay tuned. Alright, a step I saved you guys from watching was cutting all the pallets. That's the most time consuming part so far. I cut all the pallets with a Sawzall and got the boards off, put them outside, and I power washed them. It removed some of the desired look I wanted, but it also got rid of the dirt and chemicals and other nasty stuff that could have been on there. That's going to be better in the long run. So now what I'm going to show you is the time lapse of me taking the tape off and marking the studs. Let's go. Hopefully, as you can see behind me, I have the first row started. I have all the studs marked, and I've got the pallets all gathered up, and I'm just trying to form a pattern now. I am certainly no carpenter, so I didn't plan out ahead of time, but I'm just trying to make so the seams don't match on the way down the wall, so it looks a little bit different. So now I will kick it into a time lapse, and you can see me work. Well, finally we are finished with the do-it-yourself pallet wall. The lighting in here is not great right now. I'm going to try to open up the blinds here. Maybe get a little more in so you could see. Took longer than I expected, but like I said before, I'm not a carpenter. This is all do-it-yourself, very minimal tools. I'll put a list of tools that I used. In the side was circular saw, jigsaw, air gun, that kind of stuff. So I'll put a list of what I used. But here's the final project. I know I didn't time-lapse all of it because I figured it would get boring, but I did some of it. Finally finished up. Took a lot of hours, but I'm proud of it. Hope you liked it. Catch you next time.